welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, today I'm going to be doing a day in the life video. As you saw from this morning, I had a super good smoothie for breakfast and now I'm just going to curl my hair, and I figured I would show you guys how I curl it because I get questions all the time regarding that topic and my hair. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I just did my skincare, put a little bit of makeup on, and this is something that during this quarantine has really personally been helping me. Like, I know it's tempting to just like not get ready and like bum around and stay in your pajamas, and if some days you want to do that, like there's nothing wrong with that, but just me personally, like I feel so much better when I just get ready for the day. Like my mood, my energy, I can just be more productive. I feel overall so much better when I do a little bit of makeup, get dressed, you know, just basic things. And then I also want to point out, actually, I might as well just like get my curling iron ready while I talk to you guys. But so I only wash my hair about twice a week. So I've been curling it once or twice a week. And a lot of times it used to be hard for me to like justify curling my hair unless I was like going out or doing something. But now it's like, it's kind of nice to just curl it even if I don't have plans, because the curls will last and look good for like 3 full days. And that way I don't have to worry about waking up and my hair looking like this, and my hair just like looks good no matter what I do because it's got like a nice curl to it, so I can just throw it in a pony for my workouts, and it just like looks decent for days. So that's why I've been curling it. So I've actually switched up the way that I curl my hair. So again, I'm going to show you guys how I do that. So this is the curling iron that I use, literally $13 on Amazon. Such an amazing investment because it works really well. I mean, maybe it's different for everyone's hair. I have a ton of hair, but it's very fine. So there's a lot of hair here. It's very long and it's like a lot, but it's, again, it's fine. So this is I want to say this is a 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/3. I'm not 100% sure, but I will link it. And like I said, it was $13 on Amazon. So can't really beat that. So this is the curling iron that I use, and then once I'm done curling it, I will show you guys, but I spray the whole thing, and then once the spray is dry, I kind of like run my fingers through it just to give it more of like a wavy, natural look, not so much like curled, like formal look. So this is what I use. It's actually just called the Bombshell Blowout Spray. It's by Amika. So this is what it is. I don't know if that will focus. And it says it protects, texturizes, volumizes, and repairs for all hair types. And it does say it has a light hold. Yeah, it's like a super light, like they don't even consider it a hairspray, but it does help my curls last for days. And I just don't like the feeling of like a thick, sticky hairspray in my hair. So this is kind of like a perfect medium, and it smells really nice. So that's the only thing I'm gonna use in my hair now. And then on the like 3rd day of not washing, 2nd or 3rd day, just depending, I will use dry shampoo. This is the one that I use. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's a very popular brand. Don't look at my nails. We're all struggling in the nail department right now. And the hair, this is like the darkest my hair's ever been. But yeah, so this is dry shampoo that I use. And I actually like this is the tropical one because I feel like the natural one smells like a grandma. It's my personal opinion. So this one's a little bit better. It's not fantastic, but it's better. So basically, I don't section off my hair. I used to do that, like into like ponytails and put it like half up, half down and stuff. So now I just make sure it's all brushed out really well. And then I just kind of like, wow, looking good. Just kind of like split it in half, and then I just start from the back, and then you guys will see, but the key with this is that every curl I switch the rotation. So the first curl I'll go backwards, and the next curl I'll go forward, then backward, then forward. This just gives it more of like a natural look. But this is obviously just preference. You can totally do each side going away from your face like all the way, but I just prefer to switch back and forth. And then also I always make sure that like these chunks, like the chunks like closest to my face the curls are always gonna go away from my face. So if that means I have to do 2 in a row going that way, that's okay. But you just wanna make sure they're going away from your face, otherwise it just like looks weird. So I do take bigger sections just because Again, I'm not going for like a formal curly look. I'm just going for more of like a wavy type look. So this one I'm just starting by curling it away from my face. And again, as you can see, this is a pretty thick section. You can totally like play around with that. And since it is a little thicker, I will leave it on for a few seconds just to make sure that it gets hot. And then the other key is to make sure, at least for the way that I curl it, is to leave about an inch or so out at the bottom. This is again just gonna help give it like a natural wave look instead of a full curl. So then I will unwind it, and then once I get to the bottom, I actually just lightly pull to kind of like straighten those ends. And this is like, this actually looks really curly, but like I said at the end, I'm gonna kind of pull them all out, which I'll show you, but this is what it should look like for now. With this half, I am still gonna let it cool while I do this half, and then like I said, I will spray this all the way through, and then once that's dry, run my fingers through it to just like soften it up. But a little fun fact for you guys, I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel before, but I used to be a hairstylist. After high school, I went to cosmetology school and discovered very quickly that I didn't like doing hair. I barely even like doing my own. So yeah, but I was a hairstylist for a couple years. I worked in a couple different salons. I worked under a salon owner, a guy who was really good at what he did, but he was not a nice person. But I did learn a thing or two. I'm definitely not an expert. But I also, just like I said, don't really enjoy doing it. So I don't even really do my friend's hair or anything like that. The only person's hair I still do is Alex, because his hair is obviously really quick and easy. It takes me like 20 minutes to cut his hair, and you know, why should he go somewhere when I can just do it and I have the equipment to do it at home? So yeah. Okay, so now that this side is like totally dry and set, you never want to, just a side note, you never want to do anything with your hair while it is still warm or hot, because that is going, like if you were to pull the curls out while it was still hot, you're going to pull more of it out. So you want it to cool and set before you do anything to it. So I'm just going to do some spray. And then I'm just going to let that cool, because of course you also don't want to pull it out while it is wet, or you're just going to pull out most of it. So I'm just going to let that dry. I'll do this side. Okay, so this side feels dry. So then I just go through and use my fingers. You can use a brush. I feel like that's gonna pull more of it out because the bristles are closer together, like a brush or a comb, and your fingers are further apart. But that's just gonna be personal preference. This is just how I like to do it. So that is what the curls end up looking like. They are pretty loose, but because I used the spray, they will stay for a couple of days. And even if they fall a little bit more and I like barely have any curl, as long as I just have like a little bit of a wave, I'm fine with that. I'm going to clean up this mess in the kitchen really quick. And Alex is having like super bad allergies, which is really weird because I feel like for years he got them under control. And then we moved to Arizona, and I'm not sure if it's just like Arizona or what, but the poor guy has sneezed like 100 times and it's only 10:30 in the morning. So I'm gonna go to Walgreens and get him a neti pot. I know those things work really well. They're like horrible. If you've never heard of a neti pot, it's basically, it looks like a teapot, and you put like a saline solution or salt water in the pot, and then you put it in one nostril and it comes out the other one, but it like completely clears your sinuses. It's like a completely natural way of doing it, opposed to using like one of those like nasal sprays that are just like poison that you're just like shooting up into your brain. But so I think I'm gonna go grab him one of those, but first I'm gonna clean, and then I'll catch you guys up after that. To make some coffee for me and Alex, and I talk about my coffee recipe all the time, but I'm actually switching it up just a little bit today because I'm out of a couple things. So normally I would do MCT oil, which I'm out of, which is just basically like a super concentrated coconut oil, super good for like brain function, natural energy, all sorts of healthy benefits. It's a good fat, so you're getting all the benefits that you would from a healthy fat. And then since I don't have that though, I'm obviously not going to use it, so I'm just going to do some coconut butter, and then I'm going to do a teaspoon of maca powder, which gives it, it's kind of like a hard to explain flavor, but maca is like a, I don't know, kind of like a nutty taste, but maca is definitely a, like, I would consider it a superfood. Tons and tons of benefits to that as well. And then I'm just going to do some cinnamon, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I need something else in there. I normally do collagen as well, but the only collagen that I have is like drink elixirs, like they're not just collagens, so I don't think I'm gonna add that today. But yeah, so if I add anything else, I'll show you guys. But I'm gonna put these 3 things in my coffee and then use my handheld frother, which doesn't work half the time, but it's still the best thing I ever bought. I think this one, I don't know if the battery might just be low or something, but this thing is amazing. Like even if you just wanna make like a latte or froth your milk, or like you could even make like a protein shake with this and just like mix it. It's like a hand mixer basically. So this thing is amazing. But yeah, so I'm just gonna make this coffee, and then I'm going to have a, I made these like healthy brookies, like a brownie cookie thing yesterday. So I'm gonna have one of those. And then I'm just gonna sit down and do some work on my laptop and do some stuff for Poshmark, go through some emails, maybe start editing this video. And then I will catch up with you guys after that. So I'm just cooking some dinner and keeping it pretty simple tonight, just doing some chicken, sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna do the Brussels sprouts in the air fryer, the sweet potatoes in the oven, and then the chicken actually in the air fryer as well. So for the chicken, I just squeezed some fresh lemon on it and then did some pink Himalayan salt. We are out of garlic powder, unfortunately, but I think I'm gonna do a little bit of onion powder on there. And then for the sweet potatoes, I just drizzled some of this oil and then some pink salt, some pepper, and some onion powder, and then the same oil and seasonings on the Brussels. Alex and I are just about to sit down and watch some Ozarks. Comment below if you watch that show. It is way too freaking good and addicting. It reminds me kind of Breaking Bad, if you guys ever used to watch that show. Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time. Breaking Bad, Lost, and Ozarks are my top 3 for sure. I'm not like a huge TV person or a movie person. Those are actually like the only 3 shows I've ever really like gotten into, other than like Shark Tank, So You Can Dance, and like easy little fun shows like that. But yeah, I'm just like not a huge TV person. I feel like I'm not easily entertained, and I would always just like rather do other things or watch YouTube videos, or I don't know, I'm just like not a big TV person. But Ozarks is amazing. So we're gonna actually watch that and Shark Tank tonight, but before we do, I'm gonna do my skincare. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that before we watch TV now, because I never want to do it late at night, because then I get super tired and I feel like I do like not as great of a job as I should. So I've shared with you guys before the products I use. I think, yeah, pretty much 100% Drunk Elephant. This is the cleanser that I use. And then, sorry, these are all kind of like dirty, and I think it's because I put my self tanner on a couple times a week at night, and when I have the tanner on my hands, I like grab my skincare. I don't know if that's why, but anyways, so this is what I wash my face with, wash my makeup off with, and I'm gonna do that, and then I'll show you guys what I use after. So just as a tip, when you wash your face, you want the water to be super warm but not hot. There's kind of like a happy medium, because if your water is super warm, it's going to open up your pores and it's going to allow your products to sink deeper into your skin, therefore getting more benefit from the products. But if your water is too hot, it can like break capillaries. If you ever see people who have like little red lines and stuff like that, it can cause that, and it just kind of irritates the skin. So you don't want to do it hot, but you want it really warm, again, to just like open up your pores and get the most out of your products. So the next thing that I use is this night serum. So this is also by Drunk Elephant. That's just what it looks like. And like I said, I've talked about these products before, and I will say that I know they're really expensive, but for me, skincare is something I think is number 1, worth the investment. But then number 2, when you buy products that are expensive, skincare specifically, I feel like they are a lot more potent, and a little bit goes a long way. So a perfect example of that is I have literally had these skincare products for over 6 months, and I have not ran out of anything. Actually, there's one product I just ran out of, and it's this moisturizer. And Alex was using this as well, so I think that's why I ran out. But of all my other products, there are none that, they don't even feel like they're almost gone, which is the crazy thing. So, and then I'm gonna use, so sometimes at night I use my moisturizer, but then other times I use the oil. It just depends. If I'm doing my self tanner, which tonight I'm not, I mix it with moisturizer, not an oil. But tonight, since I'm not doing my tanner, I'm gonna do the oil. And then I'm actually gonna use my jade roller or my rose quartz roller while we watch TV, because I can do it for like longer, opposed to if I were to do it right now, I would just do it like for like a minute or 2. But I'll do it for like 5 or 10 minutes while we're watching TV to just really get the most out of it. And it's a really common myth that people believe if they have oily skin, they shouldn't use oil, or they don't need oil because they're already producing it. When in reality, first of all, oil absorbs oil, so it can actually help you to have less oily skin and have like less of an appearance of yeah, just oily skin. So it can actually really help you with that. But then also, if your skin is oily, that is usually a sign from your body that you are actually dehydrated. And that's just I don't know how to explain it in like the best way, but basically it wants more moisture. So if you give it moisture in a really deep or like a really nice oil, facial oil, it's actually really gonna help you. And this one, oh my gosh, it's so hard to tell, but I literally feel like this isn't even halfway gone, and I've had it for 6 months. So again, I know these are really expensive, but I personally feel like it's worth it. So that's all I'm gonna do for my face tonight. Like I said, I'm gonna roll, use my rose quartz roller and just do that while we're watching TV. But yeah, fresh and clean. Just got our snacks, got some cereal. This is like a organic, I forget what the brand is, but it's just like it's not the best, but it's not the worst either, and I freaking love cereal at night. So we're gonna watch Shark Tank first, and then Ozarks. So I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.